So
Oh
there
yeah,
it
the
is.
CMC didn't do anything.
The
Whoa!
season 8
Prison.
finale. What do you mean? You know, they helped, didn't they?
Yeah, that was the season 8 finale.
We
Who's
just
ready
witnessed
for
School
Friendship
Race
War?
Part 1 and 2. Let's start at the beginning here because there's a lot to unpack. There's a lot of characters, a lot of like mini stories and arcs going
I
on
think,
here.
Gilsha, you be the one to explain
be
more about this
friends.
finale than any of us.
Why? Why would that be? It's just because it starts off with
Wait,
therapy?
no, because like I remember when you first saw this finale, you you had mixed thoughts about it,
Yeah,
or you just didn't like it.
Thanks to Australia, I guess our review titles are inaccurate. I saw this episode when it aired in Australia, so it's not an exact first impression, but I'm sticking with the title because, you know, years down the line we'll look back on this and I'll consider it a first impression review by then. Anyway, because of that, yeah, I have some different opinions on this one. When I first viewed it, I
Oh.
wasn't really a fan at all. I felt it was cluttered and just way too many characters and stories going on. But
Too many tropes.
yeah, a lot of tropes. Like I didn't like how convenient stuff was, but I don't know. We'll get into that in a moment. But a second watching, it did improve for me by quite a lot, actually. So I don't know. What'd you guys think?
Oh.
I thought Cozy Glow was that evil girl from Cats Don't Dance. You know what? My prediction was right. I was
Drummer
right.
mentioned that 1,000 times,
Yeah.
and I'll say it again.
Yep.
Yes.
Speaking of predictions, so I want to go back to our review of when she first appeared because I'm pretty sure we all suspected she was bad right
It
from
was pretty obvious at the start that she was
So
going to be
predictable.
evil.
even before she did anything even suspicious.
Yeah, before wasn't it clear that she was going to be a villain before she was even in the show?
I think that's hilarious how he called that. Yeah, before she was in the show, I think we saw like an image of her in some art book or something. It was
yeah,
like, oh
they
yeah,
said
she's
that
gonna be
she
a
was
villain.
going to be like the villain. Yeah.
So it's actually, since when have we ever had something so predictable be so good? Like, I'm glad she's a villain. I like her as a villain, and yet
Yeah,
we
she was
saw
much
it.
better.
We saw it a mile away, but I love it.
I liked the character. I liked the pacing in this in the beginning. Out of all the episodes we watched, the pacing has been very meh. But this one, as season 8 finale, I thought the pacing.
You know,
was really good.
I'll politely disagree. I thought the pacing was probably one of the weaker parts. I mean, I have a few other specific things I want to complain about
You'll
too.
save
But
your rant for later.
I felt like they could have cut things out and made things longer, and you know, it wasn't the worst as far as pacing's concerned. But I wouldn't exactly praise it. See, it's not all happy reviews for me. Actually, it rarely is.
Well, I'm sure this season has proven that there were some episodes that you never given a positive review on.
Yeah, the season 8's been a mixed bag for me personally, but you know, on the whole, it's all right. But yeah, I don't know.
Cozy Glow, man, she had that, you know, that power, that dictatorship power of like, oh, friendship is, you know, power. I must have it. You know,
If I don't make some friends, I'll get some
No, yeah,
friends.
the idea of
rule with
weaponized friendship. I love that. It's like it works as a cartoon with magic and all that, but also in real life, like psychopaths and manipulators, that sort of thing. She is a psychopathic manipulator. I love that.
I think right next to Starlight, Cozy is probably one of the smartest villains I've ever seen in
Yeah,
the show.
yeah, they're very ideologically based villains. Does that make sense? If it does, yeah, that's both Starlight and
Yeah.
her were like that. And they're both maybe my new favorite villains. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like, and I think I said this in a couple of reasons, but those villains in the Tartarus, I feel like all the villains are going to be reformed for season 9. But
we'll get to that. I don't know. That's speculation at this point,
I
but it is
swear,
pretty
if
likely.
that does happen, I'm just gonna give up on this show entirely.
Well, you can give up on the show because that's the end of the show. Season 9.
If it does happen, I'm just gonna pretend that never happened, and I'm just gonna watch the other episodes.
Yeah.
You know, we had an episode about that. You know,
yeah.
So usually when we do these reviews, I like to do like a 1 or 2 sentence recap of what the episode is about. Can we even do that
But
here?
this is like
yeah.
this is like a 44-minute special. It would make sense if we make a longer review on it.
Just saying Cozy was revealed as a villain. That doesn't quite cover everything that happened in this episode. How would we describe it? Anyone want to try?
Evil magic took over Starlight and Tartarus.
I wouldn't say took over Starlight.
Capturing Starlight was only a very small part of the episode. That was just like one of the, like a subplot almost. Like it wasn't even really the highlight here. I guess
a lot of subplots.
I guess the highlight here is that the main six go to Tartarus to talk to Tirek. But even that is like a subplot of Cozy convincing them to go to Tartarus so they would get locked there so she could enact her plan, which is something whole separate. Like, there's a lot going on here.
And you know what the good thing of this finale was? No movie continuity.
Was there?
There was no movie
Yeah,
continuity.
they didn't really shove any movie stuff down our throats.
This season, especially in the premiere, was full of so much movie continuity that it was so annoying. But in this finale, there was none, and I'm actually happy
Yeah,
about
I
that.
suppose you're right. I didn't even notice. That's a good thing.
Hmm.
So all right, I'm gonna go through my list here. So obviously, a big positive is Derpy was in the intro, and she has her classic little part. She's mute. She doesn't talk. But
10
that's...
out of 10.
But
Yeah.
she did make a noise though.
Oh yeah, she made a noise when she hit the wall. I played it over and over and over. Anyway,
Did you make a compilation of that, of the noise?
yeah.
Or no?
Oh yeah, I gotta make a new one of those now.
You gotta
But,
upload
Here
that.
comes
Yeah,
Trident.
every derpy mouth noise that isn't a word. That's my super cut.
It was good to see the Cutie Mark Crusaders back.
Yeah, that's another
MLP
thing.
film as a whole.
They didn't
So-
do anything.
so what
though.
happens there is we
Well,
see
here's
Sa-
the thing.
Do something.
Here's the
Sandbar
thing.
goes to
The
recruit the
CMC
CMC.
Here's-
And,
yeah, that's but they didn't do anything.
Shout out to Michelle.
They
Pfeiffer.
did they did distract her, and that was it.
So,
But
yeah,
pretty
it-
much. But
I
aside from that,
actually-
they didn't do anything.
Yeah, well, I actually kind of like what they were going with there. The CMC were going to be like the new heroes, and they immediately fell because Cozy Glow sees through their plan. Do I even have screenshots of this? I don't know. Anyway, Cozy Glow sees right through their plan, and they have to escape and all that. Like, there's a lot of little subplots going on here that all kind of connect. I don't know. It's confusing.
Well, they all connect at a singular point of Cozy Glow, pretty much. She's like surrounding it all.
I mean, it's one of the better episodes to have so much stuff going on and connect it all. But at the same time, I would say it's another season 8 episode that feels kind of crowded. That's a complaint I suppose I would have for it.
It was good to see T-Rex back.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's like T-Rex is just
Oh,
there.
lots of creatures that we saw since season 1 are
Yeah,
back in this
yeah.
finale, and it feels so nostalgic for me. Like I know that's like they're not there for like just for like showing what they're from, but like seeing them all together in Tartarus just felt like a nostalgic road trip. Just remembering when we saw these creatures in the series and everything. Just
Oh yeah.
I don't know, it just felt like I was going down a trip down memory lane when I saw those creatures again.
Yeah, so seeing the creatures was nice. I do want to mention something about Tartarus. Did anybody else used to think Tartarus was like this metaphysical realm?
I thought it was like people used to think that Tartarus was like pony hell.
Yeah, that's what I
people
call it.
said. Yeah.
But no, this episode
I
I thought it was
confirms.
its own.
This episode confirms no, it's just a cave somewhere. Like, oh, that's so boring.
That's like that was like a big disappointment.
That is a major disappointment. One of my biggest negatives.
If this would have been so much easier if they didn't show where it was.
Well,
or better yet, they didn't show how they got there.
Credits where credits due. They kind of did that. We don't know exactly where the cave is located, but yeah, we know it's just a cave. Like, yeah, really, that's boring.
It would have been so much
They could
easier
have done
if it
something
was
like
like
they're
one
hunting-
giant place.
Like a
and it was,
portal.
like like
Like, if they
imagine
made the
having to go
gate-
hunt down the thing. to
and
go
like the
find
gate would
one.
be like a giant gate or something.
If the gate was
connect-
actually a portal leading to it, that would work a lot better. But I don't think they implied that. Maybe we can just headcanon. We just pretend it is a gate to a.
I'm just gonna
portal, whatever.
pretend that Tartarus is still like a
Yeah.
big, large space in hell or something.
Yeah.
Instead of just like a big cave.
Just
C-
pretend.
like Discord's realm. Like his house is in a
Yeah,
whole
like
different dimension.
Discord's realm. It's like a big void.
Yeah, that would have been better.
Except Discord's realm was better though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made no sense, and that's what made it best.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
I have a kind of a big complaint I want to discuss with you guys because maybe you can like poke holes in it and make it no big deal. The main 6 are pointless in this episode because
You know
they
what?
didn't.
You're
Well,
not
they didn't
wrong.
do anything. Well, they
So,
did. They did
yeah.
have the way of explaining.
They didn't do
what
anything, but
the cozy
that-
glow.
that's-
That was cozy glow behind it.
so the
kind
premise
of,
is
but-
getting them locked in Tartarus so Cozy can enact her plan and all that.
Well, then again,
and they break
yeah.
out on their own, but moments after they break out, the student 6 return magic, so the main 6 didn't even need to do everything they did. Everything the main
But
6 did in
then
Tartarus was
again-
kind of pointless.
This
Well,
would have
no,
been easier
her-
if the main 6 did find out about this.
Well,
Would've been
you're-
easier.
Well,
Well, that's been a
Tartarus
theme in
because
season 8 where the
Tartarus
student
is-
6 have been basically overshadowing the main 6.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel
the-
I'm just saying this right. Oh yeah, I was saying this to myself when the season finale was almost ending. I was like, the student 6 are going to be the next bearers of the elements of harmony. I'm just saying it right now.
They kinda did.
Little shy. If the ponies were stuck in the Tartarus and the magic came out, they would not get it. So
They would have used their own magic. I think that's what it was kind of implying.
Oh yeah, here's one of
Yeah.
the biggest problems
And
that I think Will said
the-
mentioned when Ocellus explained that if they were gonna stop the amulets from taking all the magic of Equestria, it would destroy the school.
Yeah.
And when they did that, the school wasn't destroyed.
Yeah, so when they actually
never explained why.
they mentioned that, and also they actually mentioned it a couple times. They heavily implied that I have it on screen that if these relics or artifacts are removed that could destroy the school. And I was thinking, okay, they save the day. They save Starlight by removing the artifacts, and they just run away, and the school blows up behind them. That would have been a really cool ending, right? Like a fresh start.
Yeah.
Season 9 would have no school, would have some other new place that I'm sure. But that would feel like a very good finale. But no, they couldn't destroy the school because I guess they still have some toys and stuff they want to sell.
That toy, you know what? That toy was sold months ago. I think they should get rid of it.
No, but I really feel like that was the plan, and for some reason Hasbro said, no, you can't destroy our biggest toy. Like, that's what it feels like.
Gotta get more shots of the school next to the tree somehow.
Like, why else would they say that? If we remove the artifact, it could destroy the school, but it's the only way to save the day. Okay, let's just do it. Oh, look, the school didn't get destroyed. Like, what? That's so cheap. Like, such a cop-out.
What I was wondering is why Hasbro let them lock a child away in jail.
You know what? I'm
Where
more
are the
surprised that the
parents?
guards have female guards this time.
Oh, yeah, we
instead
saw a
of
female
male.
guard. That was neat. But, yeah, no, that's a good point. Kojo brought up a good point about Cozy Girl being locked up in jail. Did she even get a trial? It's just...
Just get banished.
She's just accused of stealing all the magic. It wasn't exactly proved in court or in
But
a
she
court of
is
law or
proven
whatever.
to be evil.
So they just grab her and immediately throw her in. I guess it's just a cave. I was going to say
I
hell,
miss
but...
that. I miss stuff like that when villains get punished. I miss that.
Yeah.
And I'm really satisfying.
I like seeing bad villains get punished in a cartoony manner, classic 80s cartoon style. But no, I'm sure Cozy's going to be reformed and be good in the end. They have to do that.
I hope not.
I hope not as
So
well.
great.
No.
No.
But then
No.
again,
No.
if there's anything this show's taught me is that it took all of my dreams
We
away.
gotta go back to Cozy Glow's surroundings. Like, what happened to her parents?
That's a good idea. Like,
Okay,
that's
yeah.
one of the big problems is that we never explain why she's doing this.
So, okay,
Yeah.
I mean,
good points.
we know she wants power, but why?
Okay, Cozy's backstory is great to bring up. And also, I want to hear Naysayer's backstory. Why is he such a hateful racist or
Why does he?
speciesist?
That's a good. Why does he hate other creatures?
So,
It's like, did other creatures kill your
because
family
he's a
or something?
racist.
Because Cozy, you can kind of assume maybe she kind of
But
grew up a
he-
little bit like Starlight and had an interest in magic, but she's a Pegasus, so she couldn't exactly practice it herself, so she got interested in friendship, and, hers kind of explains itself. But Naysayer is just a horrible pony, and at the end he just
He just
flip-flops.
hates creatures.
And he
He's
just flip-flops.
Yeah.
He's
it
good
just-
now, I guess, right? Like, that's
I guess
another
so.
cop-out.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest
So-
problems is
so
Naysayer
Tartar-
just becoming one of the most hated characters in the season to becoming a good guy.
So the problem is when they juggle so many subplots, so many characters, there are a lot of really bad cop-outs. Like Naysayer is a horrible cop-out, not destroying the school, but mentioning that they were is a cop-out. And then Tartarus just being a cave somewhere, I think, is another cop-out. But it's easy to complain about these cop-outs. Maybe we should talk about some of the positives, because there were a lot.
Yeah, there were. A
Oh
ton
yeah,
of
I
positives.
love this episode. Starting off everything with like her being like just manipulative. Just
Yeah, I
trying
love
to do
Cozy Glow as
It
a
was-
villain.
Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah.
obvious that she was a villain. That's what made it more fun.
Oh, another thing. The screenshots just reminded me in the beginning how when it's explained that magic is taken away, we see was it just Yona? I guess just Yona fall through the cloud and
Oh
start
yeah,
to her
I
doom.
love that. I was like mentioning this when Yona was falling. The theme song just started. I was like, okay, someone's falling to their death. Let's play some happy music.
So I thought another point I'm trying to make is it's funny how that's one of the ways they explain magic is gone. How she couldn't be saved by magic is like, oh no,
Also-
I dropped her, I couldn't save her. But then they have an even better explanation of the magic being gone. Rarity just walked into a door. That might have been the funniest part. I think that was the funniest part of the whole episode because unicorns just open the door with their magic and keep on walking. So maybe it wasn't intentional, but you have this contrast, this dramatic cliffhanger of her falling through the clouds. Then you have Rarity bumping into a door. I just thought that was hilarious.
I also have something to say. Out of all the students, Yona is the one that's always been close to her death, and any of the other students.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, you said we don't have a movie reference, but I just realized the throne room, of course, is always a movie reference.
But I wouldn't say
but
that.
that
Because they
doesn't
don't
count.
blatantly
I know,
they don't
I'm just
blatantly
kidding.
explain it.
Yeah. And we saw,
All right.
we saw Cadence. We saw like a lot of Luna.
Oh
too.
yeah, Cadence. Let's face it, your place sucks. It's not safe.
Yeah, I kind of want to see like an alternate episode of what went down in the Crystal Empire, like same time
The Crystal
period.
Empire just buried in snow.
Yeah, they're just we don't see it in the end. Maybe they are all dead.
Yeah.
and
That's
nothing
funny.
was lost.
A
that
little
day.
shy.
What's up?
Reference for the movie existing, and she uses her magic every time she transforms.
What?
Oh,
Oh, well, yeah, they
Sea-
mentioned.
Silver Stream.
Well, yeah, the student six are always kind of a movie reference.
But that's not a big reference.
No.
Like
Yeah,
no
it's
not
mentioning
as
of a
big as
Storm
everything
King.
else.
No. Yeah.
One thing that was quite annoying was like the
No
game
Storm
architect
King
trying to
remnants in
lure
the Tartarus.
Oh,
Oh yeah, Storm King's not in the Tartarus.
But he's dead.
He should
I
have
was
been in
gonna-
there.
I was gonna.
But
say
he's
that-
dead though.
No, they should have had his parts in there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was he just in the Canterlot
Let's
Gardens waiting to
face
be
it,
revived?
let's face it. He's dead,
Yeah.
and there's nothing they can do about it.
Yeah.
I mean defeated, not dead.
Yeah, you can't kill ponies in TVY.
Yeah, I mean,
What-
didn't you see
whatever
the
happened-
moving eyes at the end of the credits?
Whatever happened to TVY7?
All right, so another thing, I'm going through my notes. I know people criticize myself and some of us for complaining too much, but another point I feel like I have to bring up is at the end, the students just run into the magic trap orb thing. There's no explanation. They don't know what they're going to do. They just see, who was it? Was it Gallus? He gets sucked in.
Gallus just fell in. They had to save him.
So they just run in to kill themselves as well. It's like, oh, if he has to
It's
die, I'll
called
die too.
sacrifice.
It's a suicide pact or something. Like, no, like this is a legitimate complaint because it's so stupid how they just run in. Like, why'd
Also,
you do
the
that?
other students are idiots.
Yeah, they're a little bit gullible, but that's
They're
excusable.
gullible.
They're background ponies.
Yeah.
That's excusable. I'm trying to find the screenshot of what I was talking about here. Yeah, right here at the end when they get sucked in, and they get, and at the last minute we get Deus Ex Machina, and they get saved by the tree. You know, it's like, okay.
The tree has a mind of its own, though.
It's the quote from that one movie. Is it Matt Damon? He just, okay. It's like, just accept it.
Oh yeah, I know what you're
Oh,
talking
you do
about.
know. What's the
I don't,
movie name?
I don't know what the movie is called though.
It's
But
the one where he
that's
goes
a good one.
undercover and all that. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay. And then he gets shot in the head.
That's like the best way to describe.
That's the best way to describe season 8. Just, okay.
That happened. That was a thing
That happened. Yeah, we're just gonna let that thing.
Let's just
happen
pretend
already.
season 8 never happened.
Yeah. So I think I went through all of my notes, and
Except for the Kieran.
And I'll admit I have more negative notes than positive, but I do remember a lot of funny moments, a lot of funny jokes that made me laugh out loud. So
Again, with Rarity
yeah,
getting her.
that might be the one that's my
Yeah.
favorite. So yeah, there were a lot of great moments. And anything else we want to go over before we jump into
All the
individuals?
faces. The faces were
Yes.
hilarious from Cozy
Expressions.
Glow.
Oh,
They were
yes.
hilarious.
Expressions are good as usual.
Also, Cozy Glow has a puppet of the main 6 for no reason.
That was a
I
good
don't
like.
know why.
Yeah, I think that.
That
all
would have been so funny if she was just hanging all the main 6 as like marionettes. That would have been so
yeah,
funny.
they were marionettes. I think that's kind of a subtle sight gag or whatever to imply that she's manipulating
But
them.
it's like she's like in control of the main 6.
Yeah, I like that.
So
Yeah.
hilarious.
You know what? I have something to say.
Uh-oh.
I
Oh, no.
think out of all the season I watched, I felt
What
like
happened?
I felt like this season finale was good, but I still hold a grudge against the premiere and some of the other episodes. But I just think season 8 was just
Yeah, I think that
Eh.
season 8 has a lot of moments, especially this episode. We'll focus on this episode, but there were a lot of moments where
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like, why did you even bother having that in there?
Oh, I have a thing to say.
What?
Even though we're talking about the season finale, is there a way we can talk about the season overall, or no?
We'll save that
I
for
suppose
last.
not. Well, we are running low on time. We can chat about it in the call, but I don't think we'll include that in this review. So yeah, one more
we
thing I
got
wanted to mention was the animation production. Seems like it was up, up in their tier for the finale, which is, it's pretty standard, but a lot of fun. A lot
Yeah.
more shading and stuff like that in this episode. I noticed.
yeah.
Use the rest of their animation budget.
Yeah,
Good
yeah, they took the
animation.
budget from
They
the
used
previous
the-
one. I was
No, they
complaining
took
about
the
that.
budget from no, they took the budget from the movie and had to put that in there
Oh.
somewhere.
No, they took the budget from the previous episode I was complaining about, because I actually said
I mean,
that
think
in the last
about it.
review.
Allspark is a part of this now, not DHX. Or not Allspark is a part of
Did
this
they even
now.
have a
I guess.
DHX logo at the end?
It's like the one
No.
before.
Wait, are we gonna find out this episode secretly wasn't animated by DHX or something?
Ooh.
No, it couldn't have been because Big Jim was tweeting
No,
about
I mean that low budget animation has to come from DHX.
it. No, what?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's so
Allspark.
mean.
It's not
DHX is
low
awesome. Anyway, all right, we are pushing back time. We are going overtime on purpose because it's a two-parter. But let's go ahead and jump into individual ratings and reviews. Drummer Shy, you want to start us off?
Yes. Season 8 finale. I have to say that was fun to watch. As you said, the going into the Tartarus and trying to get out as the scheme of trying to get out without magic. If they brought back the magic, then they would have been stuck there forever. But they had to do what they had to do. Cozy Glow, I like Cozy Glow, but I knew right from the start that she was evil. It was so predictable. I'm gonna finish off with my rating. It was good. I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10.
All right, an 8 out of 10 from Drummer Shy. Hojo Kono, I understand you're having some problems. If you want to explain what your problems are, but go ahead and tell us what you thought.
I have no power, and this is phone data. So yeah, I honestly loved the episodes. Honestly, the first episode with all the jokes, I honestly loved the first episode better than the second. But the jokes in the first one and and how manipulative she was through controlling every single pony the way she wanted it to. And honestly, I love Cozy Glow as a villain, and I hope she comes back in the 9th season. I honestly would give the first episode a 10 and the second one a 9, so I'll split them off apart and give them a 9.5 out of 10.
All right, 9.5, pretty high rating. Jessica, what did you think?
This was a good season finale. Not great, not bad, just good. It's got its problems, like the ones we've been talking about. I guess the best part of the episode was Cozy Glow herself, because as a villain, she is manipulative and smart, and that's what I love about her. The Student 6 were great too, even though they mostly just saved the school from, I guess, taking away the magic. I guess that's what the plan was. The main 6 were useless. And I wish that they did something that would at least save Equestria, but no, they just didn't do anything. But I guess that wasn't the plan from the finale. It was just the Student 6 get to save the day because they are kind of like the new main 6 now. So yeah, this episode had some bad moments, but it had some great moments. Again, seeing the creatures in Tartarus was like a nostalgic trip down memory lane. As someone who has been a fan for like 6 years, I don't know, this was a good finale, not great. I still think season 4 had the best finale. This is just a good finale, so I'm probably gonna give this like a 7 out of 10.
All right, 7 from Jessica. Oh, look at that. I'm last, and I usually wrap up anyway, so it just happened to work out.
It was meant to be.
Yes. All right, so yeah, I mentioned a lot of the problems I had already, and I'll go over them really briefly. First of all, Nate Sayer is a horrible character. I don't just mean horrible as in unlikable, because you can have a love-to-hate relationship with a villain. No, he's just a horrible character. He has no setup, no backstory to understand why he's a racist, all right? There's no getting around that analogy. He's definitely a racist. And to make it even worse, not only is him showing up enough for me to bump down my rating, but to make it even worse, oh, he's good now. He just kind of flip-flopped. Like, oh, you guys saved the day. I guess other species aren't so bad after all. I love you. Like, we're all happy again. Like, it's just such a horrible cop-out. Not only do they never set up Naysayer, but they also don't resolve him satisfyingly. It's just horrible all around. He knocks down my rating. Okay, so next complaint on the list.
How many complaints are there?
But a few little things like how the students just jump into the trap at the end, and that's considered their sacrifice, and that's supposed to be a big moment or something. And I don't know, a suicide pact shouldn't exactly be glorified. But another thing is how the main 6, half of the episode seems to focus on them and trying to break out of Tartarus, which sounds like a cool premise. But moments after they break out, the day is saved by the students, and they could have broke out just using their own magic. Like, that was the plan originally, I believe. So, yeah, I felt like that was a major waste of time just to focus so much on the main 6 and kind of not really well planned. If they had some other method of breaking out Tartarus, it would have worked a lot better. Like, if they, I don't know, had some other convoluted artifact they had to do something to energize or something. You could have come up with something here, but no, it was just a magic save the day sort of situation, which, again, a little disappointing, but not exactly a new concept for really any cartoon. And as far as cartoons are considered, ponies do it kind of better than a lot of others. But, again, I mentioned my complaints right off the bat because there were a lot of positives, a lot of hilarious moments, a lot of funny faces, great animation. Everything builds up to be a climactic, almost cinematic experience. You could almost say this is better than the movie.
Wow.
All right, maybe not quite better than the movie. It depends how you would
Oh.
rate something like that. Maybe, maybe not. Anyway, oh, maybe not. Maybe, yeah. There's another quote from that movie. What else do I have here? What else do I have here?
figure-
We got like a
I-
lot of little moments like Derpy and the funny jokes and stuff. I suppose I'll wrap it off there. I think we mentioned all there is really to say at this point. And again, another thing I mentioned earlier, and I'll say again, is that my first impression when I saw this leak from Australia, I didn't like it at all. It felt so crowded, too many characters, too many subplots going on. But now that I've had a time to take it a second look, I'm more awake now. It wasn't in the middle of the night or whenever we watched it, and I have notes here and screenshots, and when I have more time to look at the episode, I have more to appreciate about it. And that's true for a lot of episodes, but maybe especially season 8, because season 8's been a really crowded season. Anyway, I'm just about out of time, so I'll wrap things up. My rating, I'll give this one a 7.5 out of 10. It'd be a lot higher if it wasn't for Naysayer and a couple other problems, but yeah, 7.5. I definitely enjoyed it. So let me calculate our average here.
Wasted potential.
What? No, it wasn't.
Look at the
Tootsie.
chat.
Tootsie.
I was Tootsie ranting in the chat.
He's just saying wasted
Where?
potential.
Where? I don't
In
see
the
Tootsie.
chat.
I don't see Tootsie in the chat. Oh, in that chat, in the stream chat. Hi, Tootsie.
Yeah, you did the other
I was looking in Discord. Anyway, so our average rating for School Raze Parts 1 and 2, there's our drum roll, is a 8 out of 10. That's not too bad.
What
That's
about
okay.
the entire season?
Yay!
I don't know.
Do we have a tally?
We can't rally up all those.
You said you have it written down, Jessica. Can we quickly tally
I
them up?
do, but I mean, do we have time?
Do we?
Yes.
Can you run through them? Just give them to me, and I'll type them in.
Let me try.
Go, go, go,
finding
go, go,
them.
go.
Go,
Okay.
go, go, go.
Okay, season premiere had a 6. The
Okay.
mod couple had an 8. Fake it till you make it had an 8. Granny's Gone Wild had a 7. Surf and Our Turf had a 6. Horseplay had an 8. The Parent Map had a 4. Non-complete Cause had a 3.8. The Breakup Breakdown had an 8. Meltdown had a 7. Marks for Effort had a 7.2. The Mean Six had a 6. The Matter of Principles had a 7. The Heartwarming Club had a 6.8. The Friendship University had an 8.6. The End in Friend had a 2.7.
Whoa.
Yakety Sax had a 6.1. On the Road to Friendship had a 7.8. The Washouts 8. A Rock Cliff in a Wrong Place a 5.6. What Lies Beneath 6.5. Sounds of Silence 9. Father Knows Best 5. And then the
Today's
season premiere
yeah.
finale an 8.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jessica. That was great.
Yay!
All right, so I just typed in. Oh, the average is lower than I expected. All right, we need a drum roll for this.
How many episodes were there this season?
It should be 26, but the premieres count as one. Anyway, our average is a 6.67. So what's called 6.7 or a 7? Okay, we can round it up to a 7.
Yay, 7. Yeah, 7.
Season.
A 7 for the whole season. That actually,
Terrible.
that's not too bad. That sounds about right to me.
It's
actually.
still better than season 3.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by. We'll see you next year, hopefully for season 9.
Next year.
Wait, what about the Christmas special?
Wait. Oh yeah, actually that's true. Hojo has a good
We have
point.
a Christmas stretch.
There is
We
a
have
Christmas special coming out relatively soon. So yeah, hopefully.
in November, even though it's not technically
Yeah,
Christmas
I
yet,
think
but
we'll do a
still.
live review for that too. So yeah, look forward to that, guys, and thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.
Yay!
Goodbye.